Hey guys, and I'm back with another video. So today's video, I just want to talk about the Roe versus Wade, law. And I just feel like we as women, we have the right to choose, whether we're pro-life or whether, we don't want to have the child. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's okay for women or, young women, young girls, or however, to just be out here having sex and, unprotected and not using contraceptives, not using birth control or no type of contraceptive and just getting themselves pregnant and then just keep, having abortions. That's not cool to do, because that's a life. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm also not going to judge women if they choose, not to have a child and a child is unexpected. Like the Roe versus Wade, it was about a woman, I guess she's like they call her Jane Roe, but of course that's not like her real name or anything. Like they, of course they're not going to use her real name. They used her as like a Jane Doe, like a person they didn't want to, say her name or however they wanted to keep her anonymous. But I guess she got pregnant, years ago, and I think it was back in 1971, she got pregnant and she was unmarried and she, I guess, didn't want to raise a child by herself. And so I guess that's how the Roe versus Wade came about. But in 1973, January of 1973, they made the decision that, Roe versus Wade, and that, we as women, if we wanted to have an abortion, that was our choice. Women had the right to choose. Now they're bringing it back up again in Texas that, they trying to overturn the Roe versus Wade and challenge that law, even though it was already in, the government already made that a constitutional law that, women had the right to choose whether they want to have a baby or they didn't have to. And so now in Texas, they brought it back up and they was saying they can put out bounty hunters and bounties against women that choose to have a child that's over 6 weeks gestation. And that's around the time when women normally find out that they're pregnant. So if you don't get an abortion before the 6 weeks, then basically, you would get sued. You would get sued for $10,000. It would be a bounty out for you. Whoever could find you or however get $10,000. They suing like the abortion clinics, the doctors, whoever that's helping you. I guess go to another state to have the procedure done. They're trying to come after everybody that's helping with these procedures. And I just feel like they just need to leave it alone. It was already in the law that, Roe versus Wade, that a woman has a right to choose. Point blank, period. I'm not saying just be out here having sex and, not protected and then keep getting pregnant and then just keep going and, getting rid of your child. That's not cool to do either. But I'm not against that. If you don't want to have your baby, you don't have to have a baby. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm also saying don't keep, being out here not protecting yourself and then going and running to, to get an abortion either. That's not cool to do either. And I'm just, I don't feel like a woman should be hunted down like she's a damn animal or like she's a criminal just because she wants to go to another state because Texas not trying to, they abortion clinics is closed down, or if they are opened up, I'm sorry guys, I'm getting a little choked up, I'm sorry. If the abortion clinics is opened up, they gotta secretly be opened up and they basically, against the law, they, doing procedures against the law, and they can get like a hefty fine, which is $10,000. They could go to jail. They could lose their, they doctor's license or however. I don't feel like they should have to go through that. Like, that is their job. Not saying it is okay to, like, to just keep getting, getting abortions. But if it's for a reason, it could be anything, A woman could have been, I don't even want to say the word, but, the R word. You know what I'm saying? And, she doesn't want to have the child. It could be a situation where it's like, the I word, incest. I'm going to just say it, with somebody in a family and they choose not to have the child. Like, why would you force a woman to have a child if they've been R or anything like that, assaulting in any way? Why would you make this woman still choose to have that child? Why would you make this woman still have to have this child knowing that she already been traumatized? She already then went through things. A person did something to her and now she got to just deal with it and have the child. I don't think that that's okay either. No, I don't think it's okay for, women or young girls to just keep going to the clinics and just doing that either, and getting rid of a child. Only if it's like necessary, if you feel like you're not financially stable, if you feel like you're not married and you don't want to raise a child by yourself, if you feel like, if it was a situation that happened, and somebody, assaulted you, they argued you or however, then you have to do what you have to do, So I don't feel like women should have bounties on their head, or they should be hunted down like they a common criminal just because they're not ready to have a child, they not financially stable, or they not married, or the dad said he's not going to be around to help and a woman don't want to do it by herself. I don't feel like she got to do it by herself. She shouldn't have to, because she didn't lay down by herself. She created that child with that person. So, I just feel like, if the woman is getting fined or getting sued and being hunted down, then what happens to, like, the dad that put them in a situation? Whether the dad don't want to be there, the dad should go to jail then. If the woman is getting fined and getting lawsuits against her or getting hunted down, like, that's crazy. They sending out bounty hunters to go hunt women down that escaped Texas and went to another state to have a procedure done. I just feel like it's not right at all. A woman should have the right to choose, and that's just how I feel. No, I don't feel like women should just keep going to the clinic, or keep, having unprotected sex and then want to go to the clinic to, get rid of the child. No, that's not okay either. But it's not okay to force a woman to have a child. It's her body. It's her right. It's her right to choose whether she wants to have her child or not. And nobody, no government, no, white man, no rich white man, no rich white woman, no one should be able to tell, women that they got to have their kids if they don't want to, And no, like I said, once again, I'm going to say this again. No, women shouldn't just be out here, being promiscuous or just having random sex and just, not taking the precautions they need to take to protect themselves. They should do that as well, but things happen, contraceptives break, condoms break. Sometimes birth control does not really work. It can still slip through the cracks and you could still end up getting pregnant. I know people that didn't happen to. They didn't been on birth control and they did everything that they were supposed to. They did everything that they were supposed to do to prevent having a baby, and they still end up getting pregnant. I know women that got their tubes tied and still end up getting pregnant, So maybe the doctors didn't know what they was doing when they was supposed to be tying up their tubes, and it slipped through the cracks and they still got pregnant. So, why should they be stuck with a child that they didn't ask for if they did use contraceptives to prevent having a baby, So it's just like, it's not cool to be out here just, having abortions either, you know what I'm saying? Because kids' life do matter. Babies' lives does matter. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I also feel like, women should have the right to choose, and especially if they are protecting themselves and it's something that just happened or somebody did something to harm them and they got pregnant and they want to get rid of their child. I feel like they should be able to get rid of the child. It's already traumatic if something ever happened to them. Why should they be stuck raising a child they didn't ask for? You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, if they did take all the precautions that they needed to take by using contraceptives, birth control, condoms, and they still end up getting pregnant, why should they be stuck with a baby that they didn't want? That's all I have to say. Women have the right to choose, And I also, understand, there's a lot of people out here that can't have kids. So, I just want to say this to women and young girls, young women, older women, don't just be out here just having random sex and not protecting yourself and getting yourself pregnant. And if you do choose to get pregnant, if you don't want to really just go through with the abortion, have the baby and just give the baby up, give the baby up for adoption. You know what I'm saying? If you would like to give a child to, women out here that, can't have kids, that has infertility, issues or however, having fertility issues, give the child away to, women or men that can't have kids, because there's a lot of women, that's having, fertility issues. There's a lot of men that's, having, they sterile, they can't have kids. So, we can do it like that as women as well. If we don't want the child, we don't always have to, get an abortion. We can also, go the adoption route as well, and give kids, to families that couldn't have kids, But I also feel like we as women have the right to choose. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe to my video. Let me say one more thing. No, I feel like what they doing in Texas is wrong. I feel like, by them hunting, women down because they want to go to another state to have the procedure done. They don't have a right to do that. Don't hunt us down like we common criminals out here. And also, don't fine us $10,000. Don't fine the doctors that's doing the procedure. Don't find them. That is their job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if the women have the money to pay them, they should be able to, to do the procedure. Don't try to shut their business down. I understand it's about pro-life as well. Like, babies didn't ask to be here. So, no, I don't feel like just we as women should just always run to the clinics to, get rid of the child. If we don't want the child, we can also do the adoption route as well. But there's a lot of things that happen, A woman could have been assaulted and, somebody could have did something to her. And so, of course, she don't want to have that child. And she shouldn't be forced to have that child. You feel what I'm saying? But if, you just out here just having random sex, don't just go run to the clinic. Just, go to adoption route because there's a lot of women and men. There's just a lot of families out here that, have, fertility issues, Women that can't get pregnant, men that, that's sterile, that can't create a life. But that's all I wanted to say, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video. Give this video a big thumbs up. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.